Hey guys, 2K3 here. We're going to be looking at the 12th level of this game, Tarzan to the Rescue. Tarzan to the Rescue is really not too difficult compared to what you've been through so far, but can still cause some trouble, mostly because of stress. This whole level plays out in unique fashion as the camera is set behind Tarzan for the entirety of it, which means the whole level is set in 2.5D. You start off in this area with boxes, one of which of them you have to break, since it contains a fruit that will be useful later in the level. If you are a Nintendo 64, it is optional to collect this fruit as the game will give you Tarzan's knife along the path. As we go through the rest of this relatively easy platforming section, one thing worth mentioning here is that the sketches in this level are arranged quite linearly, which means you might end up accidentally collecting all of them and triggering a bonus level, which loses 20 seconds of time at most. So be sure to purposely avoid at least one of them, so you won't have problems later on. After crossing a few pits and lakes, you'll be met with Tantor the elephant, which you'll have to ride in order to progress further. Avoid the green patches as you will fall through them once stepped on, and dodge the branches by ducking under them. But be careful, as the timing window here is pretty strict, so you'll have to pay attention exactly when to do the down input. After this riding section, what comes is probably the hardest part of the level. You'll be met with these two men, both of them throwing dangerous objects at you, which cause a lot of damage. Select the previously gathered purple fruit and attack the man on the left, but watch out, because once again, the timing window sucks and you don't even get to know if you're successfully hitting them or not. Thankfully, the other man and the rest of his baddies in this level don't have this issue, so you can just spam your attacks and be done with them. On Nintendo 64, this is where the knife comes in handy, since doing the default C-up knife attack can get 2 hits per swing. It's unknown whether this works on other versions as far as community knowledge currently goes. Next up is another pair of henchmen, which you can kill in any order, but it is advised that you go for the right one first, since it's initially closer to you. Afterwards, you can see a huge swinging crate with a guy behind bars controlling it. You have to carefully hit the guy here with the fruit without getting too close, as the crate can fall down on you, instantly killing you. One more person later, you'll find yourself in a similar situation with the cage hanging above your head instead of a box. However, this section can be shortened with a recently discovered glitch that requires you to hit the guy behind the bars at the same time as you would trigger the box falling down, which will result in you freeing him, even though you would normally have to kill the leftmost man in the blue outfit first. However, killing the lanky guy instead makes it possible to avoid the other baddie entirely, saving you a good few seconds. One thing to note, however, is that this glitch is pretty precise, although slightly less so on the console versions. Finally, the umbrella is yours once again as you meet Clayton, who then runs off to later face you in the final level. But this level is finally done. That concludes this episode of the Tarzan 80% Guide. If you have any questions or anything else to talk about regarding the game, you can join our Discord server in the description. Anyways, stay tuned for the next episode, and we will see you then.